What's going on, guys? I am Ryan with Michigan Storm Chasers, here today to bring you an update in regards to the upcoming pattern. Now, when it comes to severe weather forecasting, exact details like timing, hazards, locations, stuff like that, not going to be known until at least a couple days in advance, usually the day 2, day 3 time frame. So if a risk is on Wednesday, we'll know details likely by Monday night or Tuesday. All right. But when it comes to the overall pattern of activity, systems, stuff like that, we can get a good feel a few weeks in advance. Okay. Now, couple that knowledge with the typical summertime pattern here in the upper Midwest, Great Lakes region. We're going to have some confidence increasing here into July, which is going to tell us we're going to be more active. Okay. Now, we've been in a pattern here, kind of a ridge-like pattern. And what a ridge is, basically speaking, we're going to move this forward here. This is a GFS model of Jetstream. What that ridge basically is, if I'm going to pause this right about, I'll pause it right about here. Okay. We're going to see a few things here. Number one, go ahead and click out my extension here to draw for you guys. Number one, we're going to see an area of high pressure down here in the south central U.S. Now, the jet stream goes up and over that high and back down. All right. Now, what that allows, what this does basically is hot, humid air from the Gulf of Mexico can fill up here because there's no real flow in the U.S., in the south central U.S. there to stop that. So hot air flows up and the jet stream flows up and over that high pressure. The purple colors here on your screen, especially up here in this Great Lakes Midwest region here, that is what we're going to call the upper level ridging, or we call it northwest flow pattern because wind speeds are coming out of the northwest going down this way. Basically, what that means is the jet stream is positioned here favorably for complexes to ride that ridge. Complexes and squall lines, QLCS. This is how you get your derechos as well. Okay, not saying we're going to get a derecho. I'm not saying that at all, but this is a typical pattern we see in summertime where that hot, humid air fills up in the U.S. It gets to us here in Michigan as well. But with that jet stream favorability, it stays positioned northern U.S. here to ride that ridge, and that's what's going to cause multiple more storm chances. So knowing that knowledge now, watch your pattern here. You see these black lines go up and down, up and down. It's like an N shape. This is into the first part of July. This is July 1st. All right, moving this moving this pattern forward here. That ridging stays up in the northern U.S. and that ridge dominates for many weeks. Okay, we're seeing a long-term pattern here. Typically, we get this pattern summertime. This is not new here. But how we're going to get severe weather chances along these particular waves, so to speak, is in the flow. We have what we call short waves. We have these little areas here. Kick out my extension once again for you guys. We have little areas and little kinks in the line. For example, here's one right here we're seeing. It's kind of hard to depict here. I know it's a little bit hard to see, but ripples in the waves, short waves you call them, that is what's going to spark our severe weather chances. Now, looking at long-term models here, looking at the future, we're going to overlap our wind shear with instability. We're going to see the coloration here up in the Midwest, starting with June 24th here. We have a severe risk tonight and also tomorrow, but I know a lot of you guys are going to watch the video after those dates. But seeing that wind shear couplation with our instability, we're going to see a big increase into the first week of July here. So looking at this, here it goes here. Here's that ridge. Here's July 2nd. We see the coloration here, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Wisconsin, to Michigan here. That's Wednesday, July 4th here. And again, it fills right back in. July 5th, we're going back at this. July 6th, July 7th, July 8th. We just complete it just doesn't stop here. And we go ahead and continue on to July 10th. We see the coloration back up here with that ridge firmly in place. The combination of that hot, humid air filling up from the south with that jet stream coming in from the north there, it's going to cause multiple rounds of potential severe weather. First 2 weeks of July is the time frame. Now, specifically, hazard stuff like that. Like I said, we can't get specific with that, but we can tell you the overall pattern with this system is going to support storm complexes, multiple storm chances likely, as well as that ridge dominating into that second week of July. So it's going to be a probably prolonged, what we call ring of fire type of pattern. We have system after system after system moving on that ridge, causing havoc in the Midwest here. Now, I will say this, we're not going to have specifics. We are not going to be detailed here. All we're trying to communicate here is the active pattern continues, as this video will be likely titled. Okay. With that being said, first 2 weeks of July is the main time frame to watch. July 2nd, July 10th, that's where the models end. We do see on the extended models, we see that ridge here. Again, this is kind of like a better look or a different look here at that upper level ridge here. This is July 6th. We see these black lines go up and over in an area of high pressure dominating down here in the central U.S. Same thing applies here. We looked at the wind shear. This is just your overall, we call heights anomalies, the average height, what it's going to look like into the future. This is your upper level jet stream up there, northern U.S. That's going to continue. Watch how long it stays around. This is July 11th. Move this forward, July 17th here. It just doesn't break down into the end of July even. So this could be a prolonged period here of not only warmer temperatures, perhaps humid temperatures, but also multiple storm chances here throughout the month of July upcoming. Okay, that's the pattern we're seeing. Likely going to stick around for quite some time, given this is pretty normal here in summertime. But don't be shocked if we have a very active July upcoming on hand. So I hope that was informative for you guys. Again, we'll have updates if this is looking to change at all. We'll have updates and as well forecasts, all that jazz on the pages as we get closer to that July 1st, second week time frame, perhaps even into late July as well. If that ridge can just not break down, just stays around. So overall, active pattern continues, guys. That's all I'm trying to say with this. July is probably going to be another active month here within the Midwest, but also here in Michigan. So with that being said, do me a huge favor, smash the like button for me. Would appreciate that. You guys have yourself a great day. Enjoy yourselves and have an awesome summer upcoming.